What happens when I pray? I think maybe the short answer to that is just a sense of tuning in, or maybe just turning my attention to God. I don't sort of consciously talk to God as a person. I have done that at other times of my life, but not recently, and not really as I've kind of matured as an adult. Because I feel quite strongly that God isn't a being that I just ask for things from, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say, give me this, or it'd be really nice if the sun's shining next week. So I don't want to pray for things. I just want to become more aware of the presence of God in me, in the world, in my life. And when I do that, it's just a lovely warm feeling. It's a little bit like my memory of being a small child, and I remember going to I think it must have been a wedding, and I can't have been more than 6 or 7, and it was really dark, and it was probably a disco or something, and I just didn't feel very comfortable or very confident. And I can remember climbing on my dad's lap and sort of nestling into his armpit, and that was a really good feeling. And he just carried on talking to all these people, and I could just sort of zone out of all that and feel safe and secure. And I do sometimes think about that, and the sense of the sort of God the Father bit makes sense because of that. But God to me is kind of beyond a person, or it's sort of it or he or that entity is much bigger than any one person. It's just an understanding of all that's kind of divine or magical or mystical in the world. It's not even all about what's good in the world, because I think God is even beyond the sort of labels of good or bad. It's just what's mystical, what's beyond us, what's bigger than human beings. So when I pray, which could be in meeting, it could be walking down the street, it could be just a wonderful moment with my children or my family or a friend or a complete stranger. It's just that sense of being part of something bigger and mystical and wonderful. So yeah, that's what happens when I pray.